Mark your calendars for September 1st because we're about to witness Pluto's final passage back into Capricorn in our lifetimes. From then until November 19th, we'll be looking back at all the shit in our society that needs fixing, and we'll come to see how long-standing systems have become so decrepit that they don't even remotely guarantee a better future. If anything, they are precipitating our devolution, and we'll realize that any processes which are packed with intermediaries or middlemen are no longer sustainable. Like, for example, how the Hollywood production model no longer makes any sense when content creators can form a direct connection with their consumers. Well, I do that. This also marks the final moment of the United States Pluto return, which foreshadows some kind of massive transformation for the country between September 1st and November 19th. There is a presidential election during that time. During this time, we will also see new ideals enter the fray, because Pluto will be forming a nice supportive trine to Uranus, the planet of innovation and progress. And by the way, Uranus will station retrograde on September 1st, the same day that Pluto retrogrades back into Capricorn. So I expect the beginning of September to present us with one inflection point after another, including the possible exposure of vulnerabilities in our economy, because there will be a Virgo new moon on September 2nd, which will also coincide with a Venus South Node conjunction. Also, during this retrograde back into Capricorn, we may become aware of some shady activities at the upper crust of society, and we may witness some negative effects of the monopolization of certain industries. And the breathtaking pace of change during this time will ultimately support the innovations of 2026 through 2028, when Pluto forms an exact trine with Uranus between the signs of Aquarius and Gemini. This will revolutionize politics, communications technology, healthcare, AI, and a lot more. And I believe it could further popularize psychic and spiritual practices like astrology and Reiki, which are still on the fringes, relatively speaking. We will come to accept as a society that people are energetically connected, as is everything in the universe. So anyways, look to September through November as the final point of closure during this Pluto in Capricorn era that began in 2008. Dynamics that concentrate power will lose momentum, while decentralized, hyper-localized services will begin to proliferate, as will the belief systems that uphold the sovereignty of the individual. But as we enter this Pluto in Aquarius era, there is a risk that we will become mindless automatons, where we simply carry out the instructions that our technological overlords give to us. So let's make sure we ground this next era in communities that foster organic human connection. And by the way, major placements in the final degrees of Cancer, Libra, Aries, and Capricorn will experience this final transit of Pluto and Capricorn on a personal level as well. I want to close this off by giving you some cause for hope. Just know that as top-heavy systems decay and collapse, people will rebuild from the bottom up, recycling those same decayed materials to create something new and wonderful, as is Pluto's wont. And the good news is you can be instrumental in this rebuilding process. You can help us manifest a more enlightened world. Are you ready to say goodbye to this Pluto and Capricorn era once and for all?